Hello there, it's Monday, 24th of January 2022. Greetings from Rwanda's capital Kigali. Here is what makes our top stories tonight. Yves Mutabazi, a Rwandan volleyball player who was reported missing in the United Arab Emirates, has been found, as the Rwandan embassy in the United Arab Emirates has reported. Agricultural experts have noted that there are examples of countries, some of them African, that have used nuclear technology to significantly increase their agricultural yields. A foundation stone for the construction of a new mechatronics technology department has been laid at IPRC Tumba College, located in Rindo district. A very good evening to you and welcome to Rwanda Television News. My name is Sam Kalisa. To kick it off, this afternoon at Village Rugwiro, President Paul Kagame received outgoing USA Ambassador to Rwanda, Peter Vrooman, for a farewell meeting. Rwanda and the United States of America share strong bilateral ties where the two countries cooperate. Cooperation focuses more on security, health and education. And moving ahead, Yves Mutabazi, a Rwandan volleyball player who was reported missing in the United Arab Emirates, has been found, the Rwandan embassy in the Middle East country has reported. Speaking to Peter Muyombano, the communication specialist at Rwanda's embassy in the United Arab Emirates, he confirmed the news and went further to say Mutabazi is in good health.
This was great news because, as you heard, the embassy of Rwanda and the UAE received over the weekend the report that Yves Mutabazi, Rwandan volleyball player, may have disappeared here in the UAE. So since then, the embassy, in coordination with relevant authorities here, started searching for him, and we were really very happy to see him today. He disappeared in the public due to illness. He disappeared around the 16th of January this year, but now he's now in good health.
All right. Where did you find Yves Mutabazi, and as you speak, how is he?
As we speak, Mutabazi is in good health condition, as I told you, even though he had some health problems just in a few days back. He's in Abu Dhabi, the capital city of the UAE. That's where he has been living actually since he arrived in the UAE last year, and this is where his club is based.
According to the statement, Yves Mutabazi is undergoing medical checkup. How is his health as we speak, and is he suffering from any illness? What is it?
What we see, because we met him today, and we found him in a good health condition. As I told you, it appears that he had some health problems, some kind of illness, but now he's in good health condition. That's what we can confirm now. But as we said in the announcement, in respect to his privacy, Mutabazi will communicate details around his disappearance and about his health condition when he feels comfortable and convenient to do so.
As what you saw, did it appear that maybe any physical or unintentional external forces applied to his body, which might be the cause for the health problems he had? Did you see any of that?
Nothing like external or physical threat to his body or his life can be seen now.
All right. Peter Muyombano, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
And moving ahead to other matters, agricultural experts have been noting that there are examples of countries, some of them African, that have used a nuclear technology to significantly increase their agricultural yields. They say using that sort of technology in Rwanda's agriculture sector can help seeds to become more resistant to disease, the effect of climate change, and boost productivity of some crops by as much as 5 times their current levels. Serge Nhode has the report.
For the longest time, nuclear energy was always associated with war and destruction, but not anymore. In Ghana, they have taro root and export that a lot. Now, to prevent the roots from growing in transit, they use atomic energy. Tomatoes can be stored for a very long time using such technology. Those are examples here in Africa. In Europe, many countries use atomic energy. In Austria, that is where you find the headquarters of the International Atomic Energy Agency.
icyo bita International Atomic Energy Agency.
Agricultural experts note that using such technology to increase productivity is something more African countries should be doing.
At least there will be increase in farmers' yield from 14 tons per hectare to maybe about 20 tons per hectare or more than that. Farmers in Nigeria, maybe from the present 10 tons per hectare, they may end up getting 20 tons per hectare. And if they have this yield, all other things that they needed, whereby the standard of living of African cassava farmers will be what? Increased. What are we talking of? Yield increase and increase in standard of what? Living. But the main thing is for us to get the theoretical knowledge, get the practical knowledge, extend it to farmers because they are the end users. That is the expectation of this training.
The technology has the potential to increase cassava yields from 15 to 90 tons per hectare. And agricultural officials here in Rwanda see it as an important way of continuing to transform the sector as a whole.
This
would come to complement existing methods, not to replace them. We already have a variety of techniques we use to improve the agricultural sector and its productivity levels, and this will help us to continue progressing until we achieve our goals. A 5-day conference is taking place here in Kigali, bringing together agriculture experts to discuss the benefits of using this technology.
So basically, the word nuclear doesn't mean that we are going towards the nuclear bombs or, atomic. It's mainly the techniques which gives us the precise information and data to address the issue of food security, to address the issue of land degradation, to address the issues of limited water. So, basically, what we are talking about is we are not using something nasty which is hazards or which is detrimental or poisons to our bodies.
Apart from the military, atomic energy is also used in the health, agricultural, ICT and other sectors. Properly used in agriculture, it has a great potential to help reduce the number of people around the world who do not get enough to eat, close to 700 million of them, 36% of whom are in Africa.
A foundation stone for the construction of a new mechatronics technology department has been laid at IPRC Tumba College, located in Rwanda district. The department is expected to enhance and improve skills for industrial workers. Once completed, the infrastructure will be worth more than 4 billion Rwandan francs. It is being constructed with the support from the French government, as President Emmanuel Macron promised to the college during his visit to Rwanda last year. The foundation stone was laid at IPRC Tumba College in Rwanda district, where 20 classrooms and 8 laboratories will be constructed. A new mechatronics-related technology department will be set up and will provide various skills needed in the industrial market. This comes after French President Emmanuel Macron visited Rwanda last year, where he promised a grant for the construction of the department. Arthur Guillemont, country director of the French Agency for Development, AFD in Rwanda, said the infrastructure will help young people gain quality knowledge.
When the French president came here last year as part of his official visit to Rwanda, he really wanted to meet with the Rwandan youth, and this is where he met with students from the different IPRCs across the country, and it was a very strong signal about the importance for France to support Rwanda and to support the youth of Rwanda acquire the right skills that will be needed tomorrow for the development of the country.
The Minister of State in charge of ICT and TVET at the Ministry of Education, Claudette Irede, noted that the new mechatronics department is expected to address the shortage of industrial workers.
It will help mostly in producing industrial workers. You know that our country is putting in effort in industrial development. But today, majority of those who work in them are foreigners. We wish to contribute to training industrial workers in our country.
Students at IPRC Tumba expressed gratitude that the mechatronics department has come as a response to sharpening their knowledge. It will increase our competence on the job market. It will also increase the use of technology to replace human labor. Even students are going to increase here. The principal of IPRC Tumba, Engineer Mutabazi Rita Clements, explained how the department will work and the results they expect.
Mechatronics is the new modern technology used in industries, so we found it necessary of Rwandan students to acquire the knowledge as well. We thank the leadership of the country and the Ministry of Education because they never cease to get us partners.
The infrastructure is expected to be completed in 6 months at a cost of more than 4 billion Rwandan francs. Initially, the mechatronics department will kick off with 300 students, but will annually receive more than 100 students who have completed in TVET and science courses. The Court of Appeal has continued with proceedings in the case against Paul Rusesabagina and his co-accused former fighters and leaders in the MRCD FLN terrorist group. Prosecutors have argued that because Paul Rusesabagina removed himself from court proceedings, the judges should not give any value to any guilt he may have made or admitted to before, as previous judges did.
Continue to criticize the decision in the original case of the leniency of 10 of the defendants based on the fact that they had admitted their guilt and that it was their first offense, saying the gravity of their crimes should leave no room for such leniency. As for Paul Rusesabagina in particular, it was pointed out that he has never fully admitted his guilt and also stressed that the 9 crimes he was accused of should never have been combined into just 2, pointing out that he should have gotten the maximum sentence and not just 25 years behind bars. The prosecutors also observed that even though the defendant admitted his guilt to investigators, he never expressed any remorse for what he had done and even later changed his story and then withdrew from his original trial, so there can be no basis for a reduced sentence. They also said that this, being his first offense, cannot take away from just how serious the crimes he committed are. As for the other 9, Mark Nizeimana, Anastase Munyaneza, Felicien Sanzobukure, Angelina Mukantutie, Herman Senjimana, Andre Kwitonda, Emmanuel Shimimana, Jean-Christian Dajishimana, and Theogene Hachizimana, the prosecution wants to see their sentences increased while they claim they should be reduced because they pleaded guilty in the original case. The prosecutors argue that they had originally pleaded guilty to charges they were later exonerated for anyway and should be sentenced based on the crimes they were found guilty of.
Little people in Rwanda have said that even though they face discouragement in their daily lives, it does not stop them from working hard for a better future. People with short stature, also known as little people in different parts of Rwanda, have said they used to face discrimination based on their height, and most of the times they were mocked by other people and family members.
I was despised. People used to jump over me while playing at school, and I had no value at home. I was not like other children. People used to hurt me, telling me that I'm shorter. I didn't know that I'll give birth because they told me that when you get pregnant while short, you can even burst. It didn't happen that way. I gave birth and I have a 9-year-old son.
These people appreciate the fact that they are now valuable. However, it is still hard to offer them a job, even though they seem to be courageous. They can't give me a job, saying that they can get arrested if they do. They say that I have no ability. Instead, they give me like 1,000 Rwandan francs. If I'd get a capital and something to do, I would thank God. I would appreciate it if I get a shelter because renting is so expensive. I haven't paid my landlord, yet I cannot sleep peacefully. I feel like I'm courageous and I can work. If I could get a small kiosk, I can do small business and avoid becoming a beggar. Wherever I try to seek for a job, they give me different reasons why they cannot give me the job. They tell me that I'm not strong enough, yet I know I am. In 2015, Rwanda Union of Little People was established as a civil society organization that advocates on behalf of its members for equal rights for little people. Rwanda Union for Little People representative Marie-Apolline Bunhubgimana has said that in almost 300 members of the union, most of them are poor and had no chance of education.
The biggest problem is being discouraged, either in a family, society, and everywhere. There are those they mock at school, even on their way home, which adds up to loneliness and feeling unappreciated. This leads to dropouts, not because they have no knowledge. A large number of little people we have are illiterate. I had a chance to grow up in the city, and I was loved. I finished secondary school and university as well.
The National Council of Persons with Disabilities has noted that discriminating people with short stature disability leads to loneliness. The council also noted that they are looking for how they can help vulnerable ones. Many people among those with this disability are poor. Most of the times, disability goes with poverty. You can also find that their families are also poor. It requires a special support. That is why in the new policy on persons with disabilities, we shall include a policy to help those with special cases. For example, giving a support to a person with disability, and if he has a child in need of prosthesis in order to go to school, it shall be provided to them. According to the National Council for Persons with Disabilities, the government support worth 5 billion Rwandan francs has been given to 24 families with disabilities in order to improve their welfare. In a bid to promote digital literacy in Rwanda from 20.1% currently to 60% by 2024, some of the entrepreneurs have already made great strides in the field of technology by training different people, especially youth, in IT. Betty Mutoni has the report.
Uimana Lawrence is one of the people that sell and repair mobile phones, which are some of skills needed, and she noted that this has helped her to improve her standards of living with her family. It's easy. It requires to be courageous and feel capable of everything. Nothing is hard. If you do it willingly, everything is possible. Repairing phones does not require too much education. You might have studied other domains, but with no job. But if you want, you can do it better and get clients. Different parts of Kigali, several youth have been trained by some of government and private technology companies, which help them in job creation, as well as finding some solutions to problems affecting the country.
I would like to encourage girls around the world to join technology because it's a platform that's good for everyone. It does not have gender.
Technology nowadays has been improved, so that I have to join this technology community by learning how to create my own software, so that it will help me in my future, and it will help the Rwandan community how to use technologies.
So far, I'm achieving my short-term careers goals and my long-term career goals. So skills I'm gaining here are helping me to grow both in my career and both in general life. So I can solve some issues and I can say I'm growing in my career.
The Chief Executive Officer of Algorithm Compression, Aimable Chimenyi, and the co-founder of IDA company, Kubwimana Juma, are some of entrepreneurs that train youth in IT, which has given good results, as they explain.
So since 2012, we have been training almost between 30 and 50 engineers from University of Rwanda, AUCA, IPRC. So that's our contribution to build this country youth and make them able to understand the reality in business, because all they have is academia, is theory. So we give them this know-how, this hands-on.
Since 2017 until today, we have around 3,000 young people that we trained into this in this software development, IoT and digital arts. So we see a lot of impact out there. We see a lot of impact. We have some who are teachers in secondary schools. We have some who are working in government institutions. We have some who are entrepreneurs. It's a good impact that we are seeing the community.
As Rwanda is striving to be a regional hub in IT, these are some youth being trained in IT in a bid to promote digital literacy from 20% currently to 60% by 2024. Betty Mutoni, RwandaTV News.
And on behalf of the entire news and technical team that made it happen, thank you very much for being with us. My name stays Sam Kalisa. Stay safe and have a fruitful week ahead.